Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. We're getting, phones and stuff situated around here.
Got to do what we got to do.
That's it. If you've never been here before, thank you for showing up today. This is a place we like to hang out and talk trades. Not just one trade. We like to talk a lot of different trades. So if you're a tradesman out there, share this with your buddies, man. Come in and hang out. We do this Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the show.
Since he beat me in here early, I'm going to say special good morning to Kevin Hawthorne. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Brother from Lakeland, Florida. How are you, sir? Great seeing you in here. And Mr. Matt McDonough is Mr. Miyagi at Plum and Square. What's up, brothers? Got to do a job walk, but want to say hi.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, bye. Brother, good to see you in here. Let me know when you're headed down to Dallas. I need some people in for my podcast. Just got to throw that out there. So I'm Roger Wakefield. Been plumbing for 25 years. Been plumbing for 45 years. Man, started in 1980. That's 25 years ago, right?
And he's losing his mind. Yeah. That's plumber math,
1980, 25, 35, about 41 years old. Not too bad. I kind of like that. I think I look pretty good for 41.
Oh, you're back to my age.
Back to your age.
Good job.
Well,
for another couple weeks.
Yeah. July 23rd. See, I remember that. How you like that? Guys, look, we go live each and every day at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, which is lunchtime. And the reason we do that is no matter where you eat lunch across the country or what time your lunchtime is, unless it's really early in the morning on the West Coast or something, you can probably sit down during lunch, turn this on, listen to what's going on in the world. And we do this because we think that if you will learn more about your niche, your industry, your profession, you can move up. You can put yourself in the top 5% just by learning new things. So, wanted to welcome y'all. If you've been here before, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Now, if you'd like to learn what we do, I mean, we started just doing YouTube, and I now teach people YouTube, but I made a free webinar because YouTube's not the problem. It's the voice inside your head telling you that it won't work for you. That's the problem. So anyway, I made a webinar. It's free. Go check it out at www.justmattroger.com.
Good morning, everybody. I am Henry Wakefield, a.k.a. Squirt, as you see on the screen. 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Love it. Whole family's plumbers. And now I get to run Leak Pro. And we would like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And I always suggest checking out the complete kit at www.leak-pro.com. If you don't know how to do leak detection and you're tired of losing jobs to leak detection people, give me a call, because I do a 2-day in-person training that we can discuss. You come out, I'll teach you how to locate lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, even on sewer systems. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'd be happy to discuss the equipment and the training with you.
Matt says, don't forget, go Leak Pro.
That's right.
You got to love it. Got to love it. So let's jump right into national news. So, major solar energy project announced in Arizona.
Yeah.
Now,
move over to Matt's area.
You know what? They get a lot of sun out in Arizona.
They do.
I mean, I'm just saying, Matt, we did this one for you. We just picked it out for you. But let's kick off today with some powerful news out of Arizona. A $1.5 billion solar energy project.
Yeah.
That's a B.
Billion.
That's a B. Okay, that's a lot of money. It just got greenlit, and it's set to become one of the largest solar farms in the entire United States. Now, this isn't just green energy, wind. It's a major opportunity for tradespeople across multiple sectors. Electricians, equipment operators, general laborers. Jobs are expected to pour in by the thousands. Guys, it's $1 billion. It's not just $1 billion in equipment. It's $1 billion, okay? The project's using next-gen solar panels that promise higher efficiency and easier maintenance, so installers will be working with cutting-edge technology. On top of that, the developers are partnering with local communities and businesses, ensuring that a big slice of the pie stays local. So if you're in or near Arizona, this is going to be worth watching, guys. Yeah. Solar.
Just $1.5 billion for the largest solar.
And just the other day, we were talking about putting solar in the bed of your truck.
Bed of your truck,
I want a $1.5 billion solar panel on the back of my truck. I want to go from Tijuana to New York City in 3 seconds. Just juice it up.
All right. So that's the
Flux capacitor.
impossible part. Currently.
Whoa.
But we all know impossible is actually possible.
Man, it's coming slowly but surely.
It'll be here.
Okay, so solar panels. And what we've talked about, we've seen the most amazing solar roofs. We have seen, cool stuff at trade shows. But a state spending $1.5 billion to harness solar energy, to me, guys, this is good stuff.
Yeah, I think that they're getting this ready for Matt so they can send all this energy over to Vegas so we can keep all the lights on.
Is that what it is?
I don't know, but it sounds
hey,
pretty close.
It
not
happen.
Too far off. Arizona's not far.
It is what it is. All right. So the Craftsman says Billings, Montana. Yeah, guys, put in here where you're from. Yeah. Not just where you're from, what you do. And then Richard Davis says, Roger, can you do a webinar on growing a glorious mustache? Man, I've been trimming it down a lot here lately. Mine used to be thick and woolly like yours, and here lately I've just kind of gone the GQ kind of younger look. That's why I look 41.
Scared yours. It's okay.
Okay. You're scared mine away. You're scared mine away. It is what it is.
We'll have to schedule that webinar one of these days and let you go through a mustache trimming in the morning.
No, wait, I trimmed your hair out there the other day with tools. You ever give somebody a haircut with a Sawzall?
He tried.
I have. Well, parts of it. All right, website review. ContractorTalk.com. Now, this is one that we've pulled up before.
Yep.
And it's really neat because if you haven't spent time on Contractor Talk, you might be missing out on one of the most active trade forums online. It's a place where plumbers, Sparkies, God, why do we invite electricians to stuff like this? HVAC techs, carpenters.
It's everybody.
I know. But they don't carry a broom, so they don't clean up after themselves.
They don't.
They all gather to share their war stories. And more importantly, solve problems.
That's the key to it all here, is it's a site where you can go and talk about problems and issues you got. Because in construction, most of us are problem solvers, and we love to help people solve their problems.
And the cool thing is most of us have ran into problems somebody else is running into right now.
That's it.
There's somebody out there that's having a problem this morning that, guess what? One of us have probably fixed that problem.
That's it. So, we're just going to feed right off into what we did yesterday, and we're going to go into this forum, and we're going to search a pergola.
While you're doing that, go ahead.
Was it not rolling? I felt like it was, yeah.
Was it? I didn't
pergola
think it was,
here.
but maybe it was.
Look, pergola span.
You know what? Hey.
Don't you want to know about it?
Yes.
I want to
build a pergola.
Building one. So
I want to build one.
What spacing are you going to do? Do you have any idea?
I don't know yet.
You can go through here and read this forum and probably get some different ideas and definitely get some different opinions.
Okay. I'm going to go look my stuff up.
All right. Bye. But I think it's just a really cool
that didn't
forum
take long.
because you can actually come through like here doing pergola. Okay. If you've got a project that you're wanting to do around the house or something, hop on here, read what somebody else has wrote about it. They probably put in their horror stories from them building it, and they're going, "Hey, here's the reason that you need to do this spacing."
I'm going to jump in a comment just real quick. No, leave it there. You're good. I want to jump down. I saw this, but I don't want to miss anything else. Hoover Dam won't cut the bill. I get that. Richard Davis laughs. Mustache of wisdom. Okay, Richard Davis. I'm a tradesman plumber in Kerrville, Texas. Got the hours for my journeyman. Just got to take my test.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, get it taken. Kerrville, Texas. Those of y'all that don't know, look, Texas flooding is horrible right now. There have been a lot of people. Yeah, you can go ahead and remove that. There's been a lot of people that, man, literally just got flooded out. So I wanted to say, hey, brother, how you doing down there? How's everything going? I know things are tough. So, okay, back to this, though. The site has got real-world troubleshooting threads that rival any formal training. Guys, you can get great information from the right tradespeople. And here's the thing, when wrong tradespeople jump in and comment, right tradespeople will be like, don't do that. And you see that stuff a lot.
That's it. We're all opinionated.
You bet, very much so.
Like, look, I love the way I do it. That's better than the way you do it. I'm sorry. I don't know how you do it yet.
But we can also learn things
We
from
can
each
also
other.
learn how to make our ways even better by seeing other
And what's good about this is where a lot of the professionals go to ask questions. They share photos. They weigh in on everything from tool preferences like Milwaukee to tough client conversations. And that right there is one thing that a good best practice groups, and if you want to learn more about them, man, I'm just telling you, residential service professionals is coming. But the networking there is solid. But most best practice groups, that's the biggest problem. How do you have tough client conversations? And a lot of people don't tell you that. There's things you need to learn, things you need to know, and this is a good site to do it. You might even pick up some tricks that save you hours on your next job, and that saves you money.
That's it. And it's not just field talk. In here, you've got a spot business discussion, equipment and safety. It's not just your trade, your craft, or something to go learn a project from. There's a lot of other things and discussions here that you can actually learn from that'll help you advance in your trade, in your business, in your world. And that's why I like to kind of pull up some of these sites, because can't forget them. They're there. They're useful. It's a great tool to be able to go and gain some knowledge from.
And I'll tell you what's funny is when you see blogs like this, you see the communities that come in and talk and bounce ideas back and forth. It's great to see when you got really good information and you can get good value out of it. So if you are a tradesperson, you're like, man, I wish I had other tradespeople to talk to from around the country. I wonder how they do this up north, or I wonder how they do this out in California. I don't think anybody's asked how they do it out in California. The reason being, if you've ever met somebody from California and say, well, out in California, here's how we did it. That's why you moved to Texas.
Have to ask.
Yeah, you don't have to ask them. All right, let's jump into business growth. Financial planning essentials for growing your trade business. Now, when it comes to best practice groups, and if y'all have ever heard of a best practice group, do me a favor and just put in here that you have, because I was in plumbing for 35 years before I ever heard of a best practice group. Yeah. After I started my company, didn't even know what they were, didn't even know about the training, didn't even know anything at all like that. But let's talk numbers, because is your business growing, but your profits aren't? Because that's what we were doing. Our business was growing. We were taking on more calls, but we were losing money. And it's really funny, because when I walked into my first best practice group, I literally said, look, if you can just teach me to make my phone ring, marketing, that's all I need to know. I'm like, okay. So you make profit on every single job you do. That's like, I think so. You think so, but you don't know so. If you're not breaking down every ticket and saying, look, we made money on this job, we lost money on this job, you don't know what jobs you're making money on, what jobs you're losing money on, what plumbers are making you money, what plumbers are costing you money. You've got to learn to look at your financial planning, budgeting, forecasting, managing your cash flow. They're just as critical as getting in and getting the job done right. An HVAC company that we've talked to recently increased profitability by 20%. And all they changed was the approach to tracking expenses. They started using simple tools like QuickBooks, and they used Jobber to get a better picture of where their money was going. And then knowing how to secure the financing, manage debt, and plan for seasonal slowdowns will put you in the driver's seat instead of just reacting to problems. And a great way to get ready for seasonal slowdowns is memberships. If you are a plumbing company, and HVAC companies, these are more popular. But if you're plumbing, HVAC, or electrical, you should be selling memberships saying, look, twice a year, we're just going to come out and look at your system. We're going to check it, see if everything's okay.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not hardcore trying to sell them on the latest, greatest upgrade. It's just, hey, look, you know what? Everything's fine. Didn't see any problems. That garbage disposal is starting to get a little old. And remember now, your water heater is 7 years old. It's an 8-year warranty water heater. So to be honest, it's something you need to start thinking about. And now they're like, hey, you know what? Just go ahead and give me a price for that. I don't want to wait till the warranty expires. So let's go ahead and get a price for that, because maybe we'll do that the next time you come in 6 more months.
That's it. And also look into your business's historical data so that you know how
When your
things
busy
kind of
time
trend.
is.
What's
Yes.
your busy time? What is that slow time that you know you're barely going to have any work for anybody. You still want those employees, you're still going to have to pay them. So you're going to have coverage for that to be prepared for those days, because they will come. And you want to keep your best people, and you want to keep the team that you've got. So you've got to look at a lot of that historical data and track that so that you know, because a lot of jobs, I worked big construction. This is the labor. It goes up and then it comes back right back down from 0 up to 100 men, 1,000 guys, back down to 0 guys. There's not enough for everything. So you've got to be ready for that and set your schedule accordingly also. And I think memberships, things like that's a really good way, because even that's when that slow time hits, you send them out to go do those inspections and things that you did.
You bet.
That's it. And then you're paying the guys, but they're actually accomplishing some work and possibly out there getting sales, depending on what they find.
And the thing is if they do these jobs right, there's normally, 9 out of 10 homes have leaks. Some are under the slab, some are a running toilet, some's a faucet dripping. And if your guy's out there every 6 months walking through 100 houses, guess what? You're going to find enough work to keep crews busy. And that's what you want to do. So let's roll into service work, because really this has a lot to do with it. But you want to reduce your callback rates through quality control procedures. Now, how often do you get callbacks? Meaning, hey, Squirt was out here and he fixed this, but guess what? It's doing it again.
Yep.
It's not good. You notice that was you, not me.
It was, yeah.
I know. I mean, nobody likes callbacks, least of all the technician who has to go back. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not good, because, I mean, think about this. You're rewarding your worst technician because you still got to pay him.
Yep.
And nobody likes that. Your great technician doesn't like it because he never gets called back, but he doesn't make all this extra money, just go back and tighten something back up. Nobody likes it. But how do you avoid it? So how do you minimize them? Well, it starts with quality control. You want to think pre-job and post-job inspections, detailed checklists and crystal clear documentation, and video. Have your guys shoot a video. Hey guys, look, hey, this is Squirt. Hey, this is Squirt. I just tightened up this lavatory. Did this. I've got water running right now. It's full. Just pulled the drain. There is no leak. That's part of the documents. And if Squirt's shooting that video, guess what? He's going to make sure that thing ain't leaking. One plumbing company that we profiled reduced their callbacks by 30% simply by improving their quality control process. Train your team to double check the fittings, document what they did, and leave notes for the next tech if there's a follow-up. And this is all part of the job documentation. Even for a small service plumbing company, yep. You got notes in there. You've got the invoice and the estimate that the customer sees. You've also got a spot for notes that is for the company to see. Yeah. Hey, look, I informed Squirt that this lavatory was cracked. He needs to replace it. It's not leaking right now, but it's coming. And we know that way when Squirt calls back a month later and says, hey, man, look, your plumber came out and I think he cracked my lavatory. Really? Because we've got video of it cracked before he ever started working. And they're like, oh, maybe I just didn't realize it. Yeah, well, we read in the notes. He already told you about it, so we know.
That's it.
But technology can help here, too. Photos, checklists. Make sure you're doing everything you can do. Attach a voice memo to it and just say, hey, look, my camera's not working. I broke the lens, whatever it is. But we know that there's a problem over here. I've already made Squirt aware of it.
Yeah.
You're just a troublemaker today.
I like to stir it up. It's all right.
It's every day.
That's it. I like an audio log of what you did. Just a quick audio log. It doesn't take up a lot of data on any storages or anything. Right. It's going to be super small. I mean, text is better, but that voice, just listening to the tone, the tonality of everything, walking and talking through that job of everything you did, have an audio recording like that to even pull up, that's going to be a great advantage down the road. But also, we talk about how much callbacks cost. This is how you can prevent them from happening. Do a little extra, a reinspection after the case, taking pictures, stuff like that. So you don't have, joints coming apart that weren't glued. Luckily, you did catch that over there. But different things like that, it's something just to go back and verify that you did everything. Because I've seen those joints that you come up to, and it's like, holy crap, I can't touch this. They never soldered it. It's still together, but there's no solder there. So if I bump it the wrong way, it can probably blow apart. Let's get the water shut off and let's get this fixed and address it the right way.
Doing everything right and documenting it is the biggest thing that you can do. I'm going to jump over in the comments real quick. Sarah the Craftsman says, I've been a carpenter for 13 years, commercial and residential, from residential multifamily to commercial. Concrete work to trim out, now looking at electrical union. You'll do good in the electrician's union. If you've done all that, you'll do really well. Richard Davis says, it's been tough with the flooding, but it has been amazing seeing our community and surrounding communities come together to help. I didn't lose anyone super close to me, but someone I knew passed away trying to save his wife and kids. They cut an artery, punching a window out. It's terrible. The magnitude of the destruction out here is unreal. The pictures online don't do it justice. Thanks for the shout out. But I don't want to derail the stream. You're good, brother. Just thankful my immediate family is safe.
Yep.
You know, thoughts and prayers going out to Central Texas. Still a lot of flood damage. Still a lot of people still not found.
Yeah.
There's the loss of life, I think, is over 100, 120. All I'm saying, guys, is look, I think there's still like 160 or 170 people not found.
Yeah,
so, man, keep your thoughts and prayers in Texas, please. MET, material, equipment, and tools. Now, smart tools are improving job site safety and efficiency, and they're no longer a gimmick.
It's not just a gimmick anymore, guys. These are becoming essential. Okay? We know thefts on the rise, all sorts of different things, okay?
It's been on the rise since they discovered what it was.
That's it. Like,
first cordless tool came out and somebody thought, I want one.
I need one of those at home.
Yes.
From connected power tools that track the usage to sensors that detect moisture or gas leaks. The future, it's here, guys.
It's been here for a little while.
We are living the Jetsons, okay?
Well,
I mean, not quite
my car
there.
don't fly. I mean, it does. It does not fly like
yours doesn't.
Mine doesn't fly like George's does. Does yours?
I understand. No.
Okay. I think so. Say.
But they are starting to make them because I saw them over in Florida. That
I know the hovercraft.
It is so close.
They're like flying a drone.
It's a little, Man,
I want.
But it's like on autopilot, just bouncing back and forth from one spot to the next. And they're going to get like 1,500 of them going or something. Oh yeah, it's going to be so cool.
They're taking like these speed trains. And then they're putting like the hovercrafts at the other end. And I say call it a hovercraft. It's like a drone that you get in that holds like a few people.
It's a flying vehicle.
Picks them up, carries them over to like a rapid transit place, and just moves them back and forth.
It's a human transporter.
Man, this is cool.
Yes. But we saw a framing crew that was using Milwaukee's One Key system to manage theft prevention.
We got that. We've got that on our tools.
And tool calibration across the 12-person team. I love it on the calibration side because whenever everybody's using that tool, you don't really know how much it got used.
I just calibrated that remote.
Yeah, it's calibrated.
It's about the way we do it with
as good as our level happens. By a good level. Check that bubble out
before
often.
We step back on it and really calibrate it.
But that alone saved them several grand in replacement cost. They were able to cut down on the theft, and that's huge. But also the calibration, staying on top of that, making sure everything's actually maintained proper, that prevents damage that the tools can do to whatever the work you're trying to put in. But these tools also boost job site safety. With better data and fewer mistakes, you get tighter installs and less rework. Okay, the upfront cost, it's going to be a little bit higher, but the long-term gains are huge, guys, especially theft. Like, they're coming out with more and more cordless tools that are just neater and neater and save more time. More people want them. Try to get good ones that you can actually track, you can maintain, you can send out a location and figure out where they're at.
You know, when I was in Alpharetta, Atlanta, with Al Maxwell, we went to dinner one night. Shout out to Reese Plumbing Supply. He told me about a guy that used to have, talking about taking care of your tools. It was a sharpener for the whole hog bits.
Yeah.
You remember those whole hog
bits?
bits? Remember the right angle drills? Mm-hmm. And if you had a dull bit, be careful because you're liable to break your fingers, you're liable to break your wrist, your arm, any of the above. It could happen.
I learned with a 2-inch wing bit.
A winged bit.
Looks like a paddle bit, but it's 2-inch. It's like a whole hog, but it's only the paddle that comes out. Like you think of a mixer, the way it looks.
Right. Okay.
That's what it rips through nails.
Okay.
And it'll throw you.
The whole hog will do the same thing because when that thing grabs, I mean, nothing can happen except for the drill to turn because the bit ain't turning. Mm-hmm. And he said that a guy, I think it was in Atlanta, had invented a tool where you could just stick it in, it would sharpen it. And he had it. I mean, it was lined up. Your bit went in a certain way. He said it put a perfect edge on it. And to be honest, and I think you and I have talked about this, some of these drill bits can be sharpened 3 to 5 times.
Yes.
On the job, did you ever sharpen one? I mean, seriously.
Not on the job. When I was a machinist at the machine shop, we sharpened our drill bits all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
All the time. And that's where I learned it. Like, yeah, because I had a belt sander. Yeah. I had everything to do it properly all the time. Never really thought about it much on a job, but I didn't have a lot of jobs where you'd burn through a lot of drill bits. Whenever we would hit some stainless projects where we were drilling a lot of stainless, we would go through extra bits, and you pull out that grinder and you try to sharpen as many times as you can to keep it going. So, yeah, I guess a couple times, a little bit. So,
guys, if y'all like to learn what we do it on YouTube. And we do it on YouTube because we can take that long form content, we can cut it, we can repurpose it, we can do so many cool things with it. But a lot of people come to me and say, Roger, look, I want to do YouTube, but I can't. And to be honest, the problem's not YouTube, it's the voice in their head making them think YouTube won't work for them. If you've got a business, if you're in the trades, you need to be doing YouTube. You need to be letting other people out there know what the possibilities are, what the options are. So if you'd be interested in learning, I made a free webinar. Go to www.justmattroger.com and check it out.
Everybody, we would like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And when I say system, I always suggest checking out the complete kit. It's the business in a box. It's got both pieces of equipment. It's got the probe, which is the T-handle style with a stainless steel rod. It's real solid for probing in and out of the ground. That's what we prefer for that meter to the home service, irrigation lines, different things like that. If you're listening through a slab, though, you've got a leak under a driveway, sidewalks, the slab of a home, you're going to want that sidekick that comes in that complete kit. It's the pistol grip style with an aluminum rod. And that aluminum rod, it's a less dense metal, so it enhances the sound more, which is what kind of eliminates the layer of concrete that you're actually listening through to be able to pinpoint locate the leaks. So always check out the complete kit at www.leak-pro.com. But also, if you're not familiar with it, give me a call. Come spend a couple days with me, and I'll go through and teach you every part of leak detection. I've got a slab out here with 11 leaks under it. We'll go through, we'll do line locating first so that you know where everything is. Then we'll start pinpoint locating leaks under the slab. I've got a leak outside of the slab so that you're familiar with what that sounds like also. But then I'll teach you how to do sewer testing to where you can determine precisely where a sewer system's leaking, all from the double clean out outside of a home. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd be happy to discuss the equipment or the training and how we can add this to your list of your services. That way you're the person getting your leak detections in your area. I actually talked to one of the guys that trained just a couple weeks back. Asked him how the first one was going. He's like, look, it was right in the hole. Like, man, you are so right. He's like, a bunch of the other ones we did, they were in the yard, and you could just kind of tell exactly where it was. They go, but we used your equipment. We found it quick. It was nice and easy. And that's after doing the 2 days of training. So come out, give me a call, 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'll train you up.
It's actually cool stuff. We've seen guys recoup their investment in less than a week. You want to take back control of leak calls? Don't wait. Reach out to Leak Pro. Give Squirt a call or go to www.leak-pro.com or give him a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. All right, MEP. Best practices in electrical safety training. So we're going to get really serious for a minute because electrical safety, there's nothing there to joke about. And we talk a lot about the lady who's now traveling around the country because her husband died. And he went out to work on a light pole in a parking lot and he tested everything and nothing's hot. So he gets in there and he tears everything apart. And he stopped on the way home. He had actually called her. They had a newborn baby. He said, hey, look, I'm on the way home. I got to stop and take care of this light real quick. So he stops. There's no problem. Opens it up, tests it. It's good. He gets in there, tears everything apart. He's in there working on it. And then he dies. Well, what happened is the sun was slowly going down and the electronic eye kicked on and charged the system. So she now travels the country saying, look, think about every little detail.
Every part.
But the best way to keep your crew safe is through solid and consistent training. Now, we're talking more than just a toolbox talk. We're talking real electrical safety training that covers PPE usage, hazard recognitions, arc flash protection, proper lockout tagout. We're plumbers. Yeah. We understand lockout tagout. And I say we're plumbers. You wish you were a plumber. He's just a daggum pipe fitter. But one electrical contractor that we've spoken with in the past saw a 40% drop in incidents after rolling out a structured training program. Go ahead.
That's the key, is a structured training program. Like,
we've been through so many good training programs.
I know lockout, tag out so well, and then I know all you Sparkies have to do it. Also, I've got to be on your lockout too sometimes. That's how I understand. I was trained properly, and I know all the ins and outs of it, and never cut a red lock.
Yeah.
I'm going to add that one real quick, just up to the side.
Yeah. But you can get certified programs through OSHA, NECA, or refreshing training programs, and you need those. Just because you went through if me and Randy walked back onto a commercial job today, it'd be like, you know what? We need to refresh a whole lot of stuff.
Yep.
Because it's been a while. But every 6 to 12 months, getting refreshed on stuff like that is key to keeping your standards up. And, the funny thing is, lockout tagout is locking out power.
Yeah.
Not just electricity. Yep. We've done lockout tagout systems on valves before, on pneumatics, on air.
Any energy that feeds whatever it is
but
you're going to work on.
People say, well, water's not energy. It's just water.
Bull crap.
Yeah.
Come here, stand in front of my fire hose and see what happens.
That's the people down in Kerrville right now.
That's it.
Water level went up.
More power than
I heard a deal yesterday morning, and I don't think I mentioned it yesterday. They said that in just 3 or 4 hours, enough water came down there. It was the same amount of water that goes over Niagara Falls in one full day.
Wow.
Dropped there in 2 or 3 hours. Wow. And guys, it came in the middle of the night. Yeah. Kids woke up with their houses floating away. So it's tough. It's very tough. Are you familiar with Sales Pro? My company started using that and seems it will be very helpful for those line problem customers and callbacks. It records audio from the moment of arriving until closing out. I haven't used it yet. There's what's the other one called? Trello, something like that. There's other things out there like that. Welcome back, Corey Turnbull. How are you? This is 4th day in a row listening in. I love what you're doing here. Very motivational. Guys, look, if y'all like what we're doing, share it with somebody. Take a screenshot, pull your phone out, turn around, take a screenshot where you can see me and Randy in the background and say, hey, man, we're checking out the Trade Talks Live today and learning something. I used to do that for Nick and Dee all the time. And it's like so many people reached out to me and said, dude, I learned so much watching that. We think what we do is pretty cool. So anyway, just want to say again, Corey, thank you for being here again. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. So where the work is now, industrial.
Hey, what happened?
Now, me and you've done a lot of that.
Yes.
A lot of that.
That's it. And industrial construction opportunities in the Midwest.
What? Wait, let's talk Texas. Where's the Midwest at? Is that like you go up to the middle and turn west?
Yeah, you got to keep going.
Got to keep going.
Just keep going up. Just go up. Just go up. But if you're chasing the next wave of steady work, look towards the industrial sector in the Midwest. Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. You go up to a lot of these places.
Now, why they call it the Midwest? Chicago's right in the middle.
I know.
I don't get that. I mean, they always say Midwest. I think,
know.
okay,
It's because we're in Texas. So we think west is only west of us, period. East is only east of us. But then what is all north of us? What are we calling that? I call it central, right?
Call them Yankees.
We do.
Anything north of the Red River, sorry.
But all of these states up in the Midwest,
Okay.
they're all seeing major investments in manufacturing and infrastructure right now. And we talk about infrastructure all over the country right now, and I love that we actually get to, because it's great to see that we are improving our infrastructure.
And there's so much finance being thrown into the infrastructure right now to help build it up. The waters, the streets, the bridges. I mean, bridge repairs, billions of dollars nationwide.
That's right. But big projects like battery factories, food processing facilities, data centers are all in play in these areas.
And solar fields now.
Solar fields.
Just
That's
saying.
a little southwestern, but
Hey, it is what it is.
But these jobs are ideal for welders, hey, millwrights, electricians, and anyone with mechanical systems experience. Oh, I gotta go.
Well, no, you're busy.
If you're looking to move from residential into something with more predictability and better paychecks, industrial's calling your name.
Now, why do you think industrial has better paychecks? Overtime? Because, I mean, they're going to be pushing a lot of these
It's
jobs.
more
We know
hours. Like whenever I did industrial, I did a lot of industrial in existing spaces, not just new spaces. I did some new spaces too, don't get me wrong. But a lot of it's in existing spaces. They don't want you there. They want
you out.
They want the solution. They want you to be done. But from the day you get on the job, they're ready for you to be gone and be completely done with the whole project, which is what leads to more overtime, because they kind of allowed a little more. It's not 40-hour weeks, it's 50 plus for a lot of the places that I worked at, unless it was a long schedule or a new build, adding something brand new to a space.
You know, Mr. Trump, you need to help us out here. Not taxing overtime.
Please.
You know, I did a little bit of math.
I've done it before.
When I was in the field as a superintendent, you know, I had, and industrial is what made me think about it, because my industrial career, 1 year I worked 3,000 hours.
Yep.
Actually, quite a bit over, but I'm going to call it 3,000 just to be easy. An extra 1,000 hours without overtime would have been carrying home an extra $75,000 that year.
That's right.
Not a bad gig. Actually, it'd have been more than that, because a lot of those hours were on Sunday and over 12 hours. In the union is time and a half, double time, triple time, holidays. Yeah. So it'd probably been about 150 grand. Can you imagine carrying home an extra $2,000 a week all year long?
You ready for this?
Let me hear.
You want more people in the trades? You pass that, you're going to get more people in the trades.
Yes. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, we just
Period.
solved the blue collar problem right there.
Yeah.
Boy, and that's the truth.
I may be trying to jump back in the trade.
No,
I mean,
not.
come on.
You're in
I'm going to be here working.
on the barn.
Working.
Trenton Jackson says, "What would you recommend? What would your recommendation be on finding referrals for journeyman? I need 3 referrals and I only have 1." We were just talking about that. Perfect timing, Mr. Trenton. You know, look, I like to reward people for being there. I don't say, "Hey, I've got a $1,000 hiring bonus." I'd rather give Randy $1,000 and say, "I'll give you $1,000 for every person you bring into the company." I think that's great.
Okay, go ahead.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to.
I'm assuming you mean find referrals for your company. Explain that a little
He
more.
needs 3 referrals for his journey. Is that to take a test, or is that? Yeah, I need a little.
Mr. Trenton, will you give us a little more detail? I don't know if you're looking for 3 journeymen to hire. That's what I thought.
Or if it's referrals for you when you're hiring into the company.
Or a union
there
where
could
you
be
need,
a few different things
signed off on. There's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, different things.
Okay. Enhancing online training methods for trades. And instructor training is such a big deal because, look, I was in a union. I joined the union later, and then they asked me to become an instructor. And I got to tell you, I really did enjoy it. I love being able to sit there and work with young minds that want to learn.
Yep.
It's so cool. But online training has evolved, and it's not just Zoom calls where it's, hey, let me tell you, do this, do this, do this. It works. But we're seeing instructors across trades using interactive platforms like Interplay Learning, Skill Mill, things like that to keep students engaged and progressing. Now, I've often wondered, now you've been in the union, you've gone through the apprentice training program. I used to wonder, why don't they have like the top trainer for each trade? Say I was the best blueprint drawer design person.
I don't know why they never did what you're about to say, but I got a good idea where you're headed. Continue.
You put a big 80-inch screen up in the front of the room. You have Roger, who's the best trainer in the United States. His people come out and they know how to draw. They know how to do things well. He teaches every plumbing and blueprint drawing class in the United States.
That's it.
You guys, I hate to look. And I'm not. I don't want to get off on the union, but you got guys that are there for the paycheck. They're there to say, "Hey, let's talk about how good the Rangers did tonight."
Yep.
Man, did y'all watch that game?
Y'all pull out your books, read this chapter. I'll give you the worksheet after break.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he sets up there and reads the newspaper.
Yep.
Y'all read the chapter. I'm gonna read Playboy. It's covered with a newspaper though, so it looks like a newspaper.
It's the book.
It's the book. I'm reading the book. The book. One carpenter apprenticeship program boosted its completion rate by 25% after switching to blended digital modules with real-world scenario quizzes. Now, you got to test people. Don't just say, hey, man, look, I'm going to teach you something. Hope you got it by.
Yeah.
Give them a test.
Yep.
It don't
Make
even
sure
have
they
to,
retained
it doesn't
it
even
a
have to be a
little.
test that goes towards their grade. I just want to know, did you learn it?
That's it. I need to know you learned the lesson you were supposed to from this. That's all I need to know.
And we all learn
It's-
different ways.
Yep.
Audio, some of us hear. Visual, some of us need to see it. And kinesthetic, some of us need to touch it and feel it.
That's it.
And I mean, I've literally seen people stand in front of a room and say, okay, take this paper, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And you're like, wait, which way? What did he mean? I don't understand that. Then there's some of us, if I can watch him do it, I'm literally grabbing paper. I'm doing it when he does it. Boom, boom, boom. Exactly what he said. Now I got it.
Yep.
Because I've touched it. Track your students' progress. Encourage group discussion. Mix in short, engaging videos to break up text-heavy lessons. And I got to tell you, I love this. So when I was a continuing education instructor, I always found videos talking about the things we were doing.
Yeah.
And
I
it
like
may
that.
be a 2-minute video, maybe a 5-minute video, maybe a 20-minute video.
Safety class did that a lot, and I loved it because it does. It keeps you engaged
You bet.
in what you're actually trying to learn.
And I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I have students come up to me at trade competitions, at Skills USA, at unions that I go speak at, and they're like, oh my God, my instructor uses your videos all the time.
Yep.
And they're like, I hope you don't get mad about it. It's like, dude, why would I get mad about that? And they're like, well, you know, because he's using you to teach us. Okay, I'm going to teach you the right way to
That
do
means
it.
you're learning the right way.
I
That's
know.
it. Like,
I have no problem with that.
and that's what I love about this is just like you said, because like that was where my brain, when COVID and all this happened, was initially it's like, well, what's the best high school English teacher in the country? Let's have them make the videos
You bet.
to show every student in the country. Then they all learn from the top teacher there. That's a great thing. Now they're all going to learn a little different, yes, because we all hear different things from the words that we hear, and that's fine. But everybody's going to have that standard, and every other person's going to know what they actually learned, or at least have a good idea as to everything that they actually went through. And that's what I like about that.
So cool.
Everybody's learning the same thing. You know, they all heard it. You know, they at least heard it once. Now, they may not have rewound and re-listened to it, or they may have been tuned out with something else. But it was there for them to learn from. And I like that.
Okay, so I'm going to jump back into the questions real quick. Trenton said, no, the state of Georgia requires you to have 3 referrals to be able to even take the test, meaning someone with a license needs to refer me. So, Trenton, my question to you is, have you worked as an apprentice? what Journeyman taught you, who is the company owner that taught you, will they sign off on it? If not, maybe run down to the supply house and say, man, look, I'm trying to get my license. I've done it. I do this. I'll help you load your truck. I'll help you carry materials out. Will you just sign off on me so I can take my test?
Here's the one referral I got. You can give him a call.
Yeah. I worked for him, and he'll tell you how good I was, but I need 2 more people to sign. And this is the only plumber I worked for 5 years. Yep. And that may be a thing. Call the state of Georgia. Say, hey, you want 3 referrals? I've only worked with 1 plumber for 5 years. Yep. But he's told you he signed off on it. He knows how good I am. And then Mac McDonough says, I got a moment, and I agree with the no taxing on overtime. Yeah, I think we all agree with that.
I hope they do that for you, Matt.
Yeah. Okay, specialty. Innovation roof solutions for extreme weather conditions.
Now, this triggered back to us walking trade shows. Because, whenever it comes to roof, not all shingles are created equal. And we learned that at a trade show, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we saw some crazy
non-destructible lifetime shingle. Yes. And I was like, holy cow. Like, it's thicker than anything I've ever seen in my life as far as shingle roofing.
But they're like, it's the last shingle you're going to put on.
But it is the last shingle that you're going to put on your home. And I just thought that was so freaking cool. But especially when Mother Nature gets wild, and that's the hard thing is you're trying to build it.
She's been getting wild lately.
She's been getting real wild. That's what I was talking about this morning. Is I feel like this is probably the most rain I've ever seen in my birthday month ever.
Yeah, we're in July.
This is
normally the month we get no rain.
We don't get any this month or August. It's just pretty dry and scarce, and it's been every day for a week. But if you're building in hurricane zones or areas with hail and heavy rain, which we get a lot, you need specialized materials. Think impact resistant class 4 shingles. These are going to have waterproof membranes, like ice and water shield, and cool roof coatings like the reflective UV. That's going to be huge here. Roofers in Florida and Texas are already using these systems to cut down on insurance claims and callbacks.
We've been talking about that a lot today.
We have been talking about that a lot. But train your crew to install these materials properly. It's not optional. It is a part of winning the next bid. You want to be able to prove that you've got the installer certification to be able to install those shingles to withhold that lifetime warranty that come with them. So that truly is the last shingle that you put on your home. And there's a lot of different ones out there. There's solar shingles and stuff. Like my curiosity now after thinking of it this way is, what can the solar shingles hold up to when it comes to hail and things like that? Because even my truck can't quite hold up to that all the time. So,
okay, so you're talking about rain in July. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay,
squirrel.
yeah.
Average in Texas, 2 to 3 inches.
Okay, I got that the other day.
We have already seen 10 to 12 inches of rain just on July 4th, and that was in Kerrville. Get it? But guys, they're in Texas too.
Yep.
Man, it's just crazy. They said 100 billion gallons of rain fell on July 4th. That's more than the Niagara flows a day. Yeah, that is wild. So, look, at the end of the day, you want to do everything that you can to win your next bid. And sometimes looking at new materials, new things that are out there. When me and Randy go to these shows, it's not just to hang out and have fun. Don't get me wrong, we do.
We do.
We do. We might sit at the bar for a little while and visit. A little bit. We used to go eat great Mexican food. That's going to be sad. I dread going back to Indianapolis.
I know. I was just talking about this the other day.
But we're going to have to look that up, find out where the other ones are. We may have to go
or something. I know. We're going to have to take a trip.
Look that
you're
up
going soon. I know.
You got your phone on you?
Well, yeah, but I'm about to be doing a bunch of driving.
Okay. You drive. I'm going to read because we're at the social media spotlight now. HVAC School. Today's spotlight is on the HVAC School YouTube channel. Now, this one's a gold mine for free education, covering everything from refrigerant pressures to troubleshooting ductwork issues. Now, HVAC can also include gases and stuff like that. Look, refrigeration people that do ammonia gas and stuff like that, guys, these guys make bank. I used to be associated with a company that had brothers and cousins that did ammonia, and they literally just traveled around the country. They'd work for about 1 week every couple of months and pay all their bills. Now, two of the standout videos on this channel is how to diagnose a bad capacitor, which I think we should all know because normally that's what goes out on your HVAC system at home. And then superheat versus subcooling. Now, that is cool stuff, but they have over 1 million views combined. If you're an HVAC tech who wants to sharpen your edge or a business owner looking for training and resources, it's a great channel that you may want to put in your toolbox. Now, Squirt, why did you pick this one?
Man, honestly, it is very educational videos. Okay. If you are in HVAC, like it is the HVAC school for you. Joined back in 2016. So I've been doing this 9 years, 422,000 subs with over 42 million views.
Love it.
But like the videos here, just the latest stuff. Okay. They're talking to Copeland, TXV Diagnostics. They go through and actually talk about the problems and the solutions. Stop vent sweating.
I got a question.
After installation, yeah.
Do HVAC people hate electricians as much as we do?
Probably not.
No?
Probably not, because... Sorry, HVAC guys. They're kind of similar.
Boy,
they deal with a lot of the electrical side, too. Well, kind of, but remember...
But do brooms fit in their hands?
Remember... I'm HVAC too.
I know.
I'm a mechanical guy, so I kind of fall in there.
I can't believe you pissed off the HVAC guys.
So
we used to kind of consider them friends.
So my brother-in-law was an electrician. He got into the trade, came into the union. They put him in as HVAC service tech. Why? Because his electrical background was so beneficial doing that job.
Okay, that's just where my mind
went. All. Sorry. I know. Brazing. And I actually like the visual that they've got there on that thumbnail for the capillary action portion and the heat and where you're going to put it and what actually happens. But they actually go through here and it's talking real HVAC stuff. I don't like to work on any of this stuff. I'm not a
Okay, go back up that brazing one just a second. I just want to say something. Okay. All right. 55 minutes to braze.
55 minutes. It's got to be a pretty in-depth lesson there.
This is how we made the solder, the seal floss.
Hey, HVAC school.
No. Hey, I love it.
That's it. I'm sure they go in depth. They talk about all the different brazing rods, different things that you use in different situations, because sometimes that actually matters. And I learned that.
No, good stuff.
A long time ago. You don't want to buy 5 when you're supposed to use 15.
Absolutely. You can get in trouble.
You can get in trouble for that. But it's actually going through and it's talking, it's teaching. And that's one of my favorite things doing with trades. That's the main thing I guess
you got simple things there. I like this pool heater water flow diagnostics. A lot of people don't even know how a pool heater works. It's like, well, water goes in, it gets hot, and it comes out. No, you've got a heat exchanger it's got to go through. It's cool.
Yep.
Neat stuff. Okay, popular.
That's it. Boom. How to evacuate an AC system.
The full vacuum
Don't
procedure.
Be blowing it off.
I like that.
Yeah, the full procedure. And they're going to teach you every part of it. How a heat pump reversing valve works. Like we were talking earlier, it actually goes through and teaches you how the system operates and works. Not just, oh, you get cool air. No, here's what a TXV valve does. Here's how it operates. It's reading the temperature here. And superheat, subcooling, different things like that. They're going to go through and actually teach you.
And there's this
the parts that I actually like to learn
a lot. Compressor basics, all kinds of cool stuff.
Because, like, that's one of the, I felt like whenever I was in the trade and the union and stuff, I learned a lot about the system, but not completely how the system all works together.
Right.
I did that research on my own because I wanted to understand the full picture, not just Oh, this is how I install pipe. Oh,
Chill water, condenser
hook it
water,
to this
here's how it
inlet.
all works
Oh, okay.
together.
Well, what does it do in there? That's what I wanted to know. And going through things like this is how you learn some of that information. So you truly understand what you are installing, not just, I'm a pipe fitter. I throw in pipe all day, baby. Keep that welder busy. But then you can catch mistakes on drawings whenever they actually pipe something wrong or something because you understand how that system works. And that's a huge thing.
Mr. Trenton Jackson, you are more than welcome. Good luck. I hope that works out for you. And Make with Mike's is top of the morning. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? It is getting ready to be lunchtime here in Texas.
Just about there.
You know, guys, we end up every day talking social media. And we do it because we love social. We think it's a great place to learn. We think it's a great place to help recruit people into the trades. One of my coaches, one of my YouTube coaches is Mr. Beast's YouTube coach. And Mr. Beast says, look, every business out there needs a YouTube channel. It's the second largest search engine in the world. And if you've got a business, or even if you don't, maybe you're a plumber, but you want to have your own business one day, start thinking about that now. Start getting ready for it. And a lot of people come up to me and say, look, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I can't. I don't have the followers. I don't have the views. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the mindset. Guys, it doesn't take all that. It literally just takes having your stories, your messages. You can do one thing that I can't do, and that's be you. You can talk about the same thing as I do. You would probably teach it a different way. Squirt may learn from you better than he learns from me because he really didn't like the way I taught when he was younger, but he learned a lot. But I will tell you this. Learning to do YouTube can completely change your life. It can change how you communicate with people. It can change how you grow your business. It can change a lot of things. I made a free webinar for y'all. If you'd like to watch it to learn to see if maybe YouTube is something that you could do, something you could try, go check out the free webinar at www.justmattroger.com. I really think you'll like it. And after you watch it, come back in here and let me know what you thought about it. Thanks.
Everybody, we would like to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us knuckleheads come in here, hang out, and talk trades with y'all for an hour every day, Monday through Friday. And League Pro builds the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you want to add leak detection to your business, we've got user-friendly equipment for you to use. Check out the complete kit at www.leak-pro.com. If you don't know how to do leak detection and you want to learn, give me a call. I do a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. I'll go through, teach you how to locate lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, and even in sewer systems. So give me a call and let's discuss the equipment or the training at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO.
And guys, here's the deal. But there's nothing worse than having a tool and not knowing how to use it. Not knowing how to use it properly. I've got a lot of tools. I've got a lot of softwares that I know I don't use to the fullest extent. Whenever we bring people in here, we teach them not just how to use the equipment, but how to find the lines, how to know where to use the equipment, and then how to communicate with the customers. Hey, look, here's what this is about. I can't see under the slab. I can't guarantee 100,000% that this is where this is, because of beams, because of concrete, because of pipes that are in your slab. But you know what? We do this often. And by the way things sound, this is where it is. We teach you to go through and find out exactly where that is. You don't just walk away saying, okay, I know how to use the equipment. You walk away with the confidence of, look, there's 11 leaks under the slab and I've been able to find every one of them. And we didn't make this slab easy. So if you want to learn more about it, like he said, go to www.leak-pro.com or give him a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. And guys, it's coming close to the weekend, but keep thinking about what you're doing. Keep working safe. Whatever you do out there today, do it safe, but have fun.
That's it. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope to see you back here tomorrow for a wonderful Friday. And then we'll kick off that weekend. But everybody, get out there, hit it effing hard. You know we will. Bye.
See y'all.